Hello and welcome to YNWA Transfer News, your ultimate source for all Liverpool FC transfer news. Our first news is this. Jurgen Klopp's promise to Liverpool came true as Icon celebrates anniversary. We will get stronger. Those were the words of Jurgen Klopp after taking charge of his first game as Liverpool manager in 2015, 10 years. Klopp was installed as Brendan Rodgers' replacement on 8th October 2015. But that date fell midway through the first week of an international break, and he had to wait 10 days for his first assignment in the dugout. Tottenham was the host, and Liverpool emerged from the Premier League game at White Hart Lane with a creditable point. But it was clear that Klopp had loftier ambitions than drawing games against teams like Spurs. By the end of that season, Klopp had led to Liverpool to a European final. And although the Reds suffered defeat to Sevilla in it, missing out on Champions League qualification for the next season in the process, it gave fans a taste of what was to come. Klopp's first summer in charge saw the arrivals of key players like Sadio Mane, Yandom, and Joel Matip, and those players helped the club to a fourth-placed finish in the Germans' first full season in charge, securing Champions League qualification, which attracted the likes of Mohamed Salah, and, a few months later, Virgil van Dijk to Anfield. A Champions League final in 2018 was followed by Champions League glory in 2019. But Klopp's greatest achievement goes down as restoring Liverpool to the summit of English soccer in 2020. In an interview in 2020, Klopp recalled his early days at the club and said that it did not take long for people to buy into his methods, laying the foundations for future success. It was really clear we needed time, Klopp said. It was clear we cannot fix it overnight. Everyone wanted that, but we couldn't, so I had to ask for time. I knew. Before that in my career, I never got the sack. So I had no experience with that, but I knew then it was a different level. And if I can't deliver here quick enough, then I will get the sack. We got that time. And the nice thing is that after 6, 7, 8 games, they were really positive about the situation. They realized we were on the right path. From that moment, they didn't question it 1 second. They were full of faith and trust. And they said the path we will stay on and everything will be fine. That's what we did then. When we lost finals against Sevilla or City or Real Madrid, I think pundits say then if he doesn't win the next one, then they might change. But internally, it was never somebody thinking like this. Liverpool in the clear to sign. Magical 100 millers forward. Liverpool are always on the lookout for the best young talents around. When it came to Giovanni Leone, the Reds' sporting director, Richard Hughes, had no qualms about paying 26 millers to prize the 18-year-old from Parma, and likewise, the club stopped at nothing to attract Guhei to Anfield. When he left Chelsea as a 15-year-old, these signings help set the Premier League. Champions up for the seasons ahead, and the process is constantly ongoing. Liverpool in the hunt for Mande? Now it appears that Arne Slot's side are one of the very few teams in Europe who will be able to afford one of the hottest breakout talents of the year. Mande, 18, swapped Leganés in Spain for RB Leipzig last summer when the Bundesliga side sprung his 20 meters release clause. The Ivorian sensation has already begun to establish himself in the Red Bulls' first team, scoring his first goal in the DFB Pokal in August, a left winger by trade. Mande excels in one-on-one dribbling and also ranks highly in recoveries. Duels won and possessions won in the final third per FOTMOB, and YNWA in Germany has begun raving about Mande, suggesting that Leipzig are already prepared to cash in on a club record transfer. Mande valued at 100 millers, however, given how quick his development has been and how highly the club value their new prized asset, there are only a certain few clubs in the world who can afford him. It looks like Paris Saint-Germain will be joined by Liverpool, Manchester City, Arsenal, Chelsea, and Manchester United in the Premier League in a transfer battle for Mande. Mande's internal market value at RB Leipzig has quintupled to as much as 100 million. And the trend is rising, the report reads. The Red Bulls are aware of the 18-year-old's enormous qualities and want to stake their claim with this 3-digit million euro price tag. That sum automatically eliminates a number of clubs, leaving only the top 5 clubs in England and Paris Saint-Germain in Europe. Purely financially speaking. Mande, described as Magical Mande, who moved to Europe from the DME Academy in the United States, has settled in quickly. The report even claims that club bosses were left purring over their new acquisition back in preseason. It was clear this dribbler has something truly special in his game, the report reads. In both training sessions and friendly matches, Mande performed magically, regularly dancing past his opponents and impressing not only his own team. In the last international window, Mande was included for the first time by Ivorian manager Immerse Faye. He responded by scoring a goal in each game. FIFA World Cup qualification matches against the Seychelles and Kenya. It is clear that Mande is heading to the top. Whether it will be with Liverpool remains to be seen. Mark Guhei. Contract decision confirmed as Liverpool learns summer transfer fate. Crystal Palace head coach. Oliver Glasner has confirmed that defender Mark Guhei won't be signing a new contract, meaning he will leave the club by next summer at the latest. Guhei, 25, is contracted through June 2026, but has been subject to significant transfer interest in recent years. Newcastle United formally approached Palace in an attempt to sign Guhei, and Liverpool almost signed the defender this summer. After a $47 million deadline day deal was agreed upon, the transfer fell through as Palace was unable to sign a suitable replacement before the end of the window. It's expected that Liverpool will attempt to sign Guhei on a free transfer next summer, and Glasner has now confirmed that the player will be available. Glasner was determined to keep Guhei this summer after losing star player Ebereki Eze to Arsenal. While his request was ultimately granted, it was unlikely that Guhei would extend his contract beyond this season. Guhei has now informed Palace categorically that he won't be signing another deal, meaning he will be a free agent in June. Glasner broke the news to reporters on Friday, ahead of Palace's upcoming game against Bournemouth. I think Mark has already told us that he doesn't sign a new contract, so he will leave next year, Glasner said. The club wanted him to stay. They offered Mark a new contract, but he said, "No, I want to make something different." And that's normal. And for us, it's how we can deal with this situation. What is the best way to get this next step done? And that's all about how we are talking together. Guhei has become one of the best center backs in the Premier League, and his performances have been recognized. Guhei is now a mainstay on the England national team and is expected to be included in the World Cup squad next year. It's been confirmed that Guhei will play for a new club next season, but it's unclear when he will leave Palace. The club may look to cash in on Guhei in January to avoid losing him for free. Liverpool could make a second bid for Guhei during the January window, but with the defender available for free 6 months later, the Premier League champions may choose to wait. However, Guhei is free to negotiate with foreign clubs starting in January. Guhei could sign a pre-contract agreement with an overseas club and join them at the end of the season. Liverpool doesn't have that luxury, but Guhei recently hinted that his future doesn't need to be resolved before the World Cup next summer. When asked about his future on international duty, Guhei said, "It doesn't really matter. As long as I am playing well and helping Palace, then there is definitely an opportunity to be here in the England squad, as I am today. Whether my future is sorted or not is not really the most important thing." Liverpool to insist on signing 90 million. Spain forward. Liverpool declined the option of signing a direct replacement for Luis Diaz on the left wing last summer. There is no doubt that losing the Colombian will have an impact on Arne Slot's side, with the player having scored 13 goals en route to the Premier League title last season. However, rather than head back into the market for a left winger, Arne Slot and Richard Hughes decided that Cody Gakpo and Rio Ngumoha would be suitable in the position. Gakpo, 26, signed a new contract and has got 2 goals as well as 2 assists in 7 Premier League matches this season. Ngumoha, meanwhile, has also secured a new deal and has already got off the mark with a goal against Newcastle. Liverpool ready to move for Nico Williams, but whether Gakpo will be sufficient as a first choice in the long term is as yet uncertain. That's why we've seen links once again re-emerge with other high-standard attackers. Liverpool were tipped to move for Nico Williams before he signed a bumper new contract with Athletic Bilbao. The 23-year-old, however, has had an up-and-down start to the season owing to muscle trouble. Therefore, it's been suggested that his wages are now a drain on the Basque club in Liverpool. Could be ready to test their resolve with a bid. Liverpool. Prepared to pay $75 for Nico Williams. He is under contract until 2035. But his current deal apparently contains a 90-meter release clause fichajes. Is now reporting that Liverpool will go in with a $75 bid for the Euro 2024 winner and want to seal a deal before he heads off to the 2026 FIFA World Cup with Spain. Liverpool is preparing a multi-million-pound offer to sign the athletic club. Winger, the report, reads, the goal is to close the deal before the 2026 World Cup, when its value could skyrocket. Although his release clause is around $90 million, Liverpool isn't willing to pay the full amount. Their plan is to approach him with an offer of $75 million, hoping that the player's physical problems will tip the balance. Williams, season disrupted by injury. Williams started the season well initially, but has since been reported absent owing to a groin injury. He played a vital role in Athletic reeling off 3 successive league wins at the outset of the campaign, scoring twice and assisting, once on the opening day, but his side have fallen off since then. Williams missed 4 consecutive matches, none of which were won by Athletic Club, before making his comeback before the international window in a 2-1 win against Mallorca. Liverpool news and transfers, live. Semenyo interest, Steven Gerrard return, Marc Guhei latest. After defeats to Crystal Palace, Galatasaray, and Chelsea this week, Liverpool will look to get back to the drawing board when it faces Manchester United next. But there is now an international break for everyone to reset. It is a bit ironic that we concede in 2 different games in the last minute, Virgil van Dijk told reporters at Stamford Bridge. There is still plenty of work to do. We know in football, every 3 or 4 days, things can change and momentum can change. That was a message reiterated by Pep Guardiola after Manchester City moved within 2 points of Liverpool and 3 of Arsenal by beating Brentford in West London. It's just 7 games for the Premier League, he said. I would say 3 weeks ago, Liverpool apparently won the Premier League, and now they have not. Transfer rumors will fill the international break, with Liverpool linked to form man Antoine Semenyo. Meanwhile, the Marc Guhei saga rumbled on. Elsewhere, Steven Gerrard could be set to rejoin Rangers. Guhei speaks on future Crystal Palace defender. Marc Guhei has addressed transfer speculation surrounding his future. The England international was close to sealing a transfer to Liverpool over the summer, but the deal fell through on deadline day. Guhei, the Eagles captain, has stated that he's not focused on his next move at present while away on international duty with the 3 Lions. For me, it doesn't matter, he said. As long as I'm playing well for Palace, there is an opportunity for me to be here. Whether it's sorted or not, it doesn't matter for me. Personally, I don't know if I can think that far ahead. I like to just take it step by step, and that is just focusing on the games that I have at Palace and any upcoming opportunities I have here. Salah sends Egypt to World Cup. Mohamed Salah scored twice today as Egypt beat Djibouti 3-0 to qualify for next summer's World Cup. Salah's first goal was a neat finish at the goalkeeper's near post with the outside of his left foot, while the second was even more impressive, as he latched onto a lofted through ball and produced a first-time lob volley to round off the scoring. Liverpool diamond will soon explode. Former Premier League goalkeeper Shay Given has backed Florian Wirtz to show his true quality at Liverpool soon after a slow start at Anfield. Alexander Isak hasn't had a pre-season. He needs to get up to speed, Given said while working for Premier League Productions. Wirtz, I do like Wirtz. He's getting a lot of stick at the minute, but there's a diamond in there. I think he will be a top player for years to come. Marc Guéhi claim. Liverpool's failed pursuit of Marc Guéhi in the summer could come back to bite them. Chris Sutton has claimed. The Reds almost got a deal over the line for the Crystal Palace captain, but it broke down at the last minute. You just wonder whether not signing Guhei will come back to bite them in the backside. Sutton said on the BBC's Monday Night Club, "They don't have the strength and depth and cover in there. If Virgil van Dijk got injured for argument's sake, then they're in a bit of bother." Ibrahima Konate fear. Liverpool fears losing Ibrahima Konate to Real Madrid next summer, according to the Spanish outlet AS. His contract is set to expire at the end of the season. As things stand, it doesn't feel like much of an update, really. Konate's contract situation hasn't changed for a while, and the longer it goes on, the more the feeling will grow that he could depart. Thank you for watching. Like and comment, subscribe.